Good evening. Today we plan to discuss about the motion of a particle on an inclined plane. As we already we discussed the motion of a particle, or it's a projectile on an horizontal plane in our previous classes. Okay, we know how the particle is moving in that horizontal plane. Okay, please. If it is in a horizontal plane, a particle is projected in a point in such a thing. Okay, we know it is a range. At any time t, a particle is at a point p of x comma y. Then we know the equation of x, y, and so on. Okay, okay. Initially, the particle is, if the particle is projected in initial velocity u, then automatically we resolve the velocity in horizontal and vertical component. What is that horizontal component? U cos alpha. If alpha is a angle of projection. If alpha is an angle of projection. Okay. Okay. The same idea. It transfers to in that inclined plane. Okay. So if a particle, okay, please, if a particle projected from a point to an point which is up from that range. Okay, if the point of projection is there, it is projected and reached this place. Okay, then we consider this as a inclined plane. Then we discuss the same idea as we discussed in horizontal plane. We discuss the same thing here. Okay, we want to calculate the range and greatest height, and at any point what is the x component and y component. The same thing we want to discuss in this case. Okay, listen, consider that is a situation. Consider a plane which is inclined at an angle alpha to the horizon. So then we mean this angle to be a beta. Okay, the particle is projected from a point on that plane with velocity u and angle of projection alpha. Okay, then the particle is projected like so, u and angle of projection alpha to the horizontal plane. Then what is an angle from here to here? It is an alpha. Then what is an angle between this? Alpha minus beta. Okay, as we see in that horizontal plane, the horizontal distance described in time t is u cos alpha into t, because we only see the angle to the horizontal plane, so it is an alpha. So we resolving u with horizontally and vertically, isn't it? Okay, so we get an initial velocity as an horizontal component as u cos alpha into t at a time t. Okay, so, and similar way we get a vertical distance as u sin alpha t minus of gt square. Okay, now first aim is to calculate the range in that inclined plane. Okay, so we want to find the range. What is the range in that plane? What is the range? Okay, suppose we consider once again, this is an horizontal plane, just like the floor. It is our projecting inclined plane. Okay, the particle is projected from here to here. Then with the initial velocity u and alpha as a angle of projection, and what is an inclined plane's angle? It is a beta. Okay, then this angle to be alpha minus beta. first we want to calculate the range. Okay. We want to calculate the range. What is the range here? Suppose it is P, it is Q. Okay, it is R. Then what is the range? Is it PQ or PR? PQ. Because our projecting point is P, and at some certain time it reaches Q. Then what is the range? Range equal to PQ. Okay. Range is nothing but PQ. So we want to calculate the distance PQ. That's all. Okay. Take. Okay. P with the, as usual we consider in the figure, we noted here, P with the point of projection and the particle strike in the inclined plane at Q. Okay. Then what is the range? It is nothing but PQ. For simplicity we take PQ as some R. Now we want to find the value of R. Okay. So as usual we know the equation of a path is, what is it? Y equal to x tan alpha minus g x square u divided by 2u square cos square alpha. Okay. So now we draw a perpendicular, we already drawn that QR. Okay, instead of R we take it as N. Okay, in that argument. Okay, draw QN perpendicular to the horizontal plane through P. Okay, that is this is the horizontal plane through P. So we draw perpendicular QN to that plane. Okay. Now the what is the coordinate of Q? What is the coordinate of Q? Take. What is R? PQ. PQ is nothing but R. Okay. What is the coordinate of Q? Then we want to find this distance. Yeah, isn't it? PN and QN. What is that angle? Beta. It is beta. It is R. What is this? Opposite side by hypotenuse. Then sin beta equal to this y by R. So what is y? That distance become R sin beta. Similarly, it is R cos beta. Then what is B? What is Q? Coordinates of Q are R cos beta, comma R sin beta. Okay. Then we substitute these values in this equation and solve. Substituting. Then for simplicity we solve in some manner by multiplying this value. Okay. R by 2u square cos square alpha, and throughout that equation, and cancelling the and adjusting that components and taking the common quantities 2u square cos alpha from both terms, and finally we get sin alpha cos beta minus cos alpha sin beta. What is that? The sin alpha minus beta. Then range become 2u square cos alpha sin alpha minus beta divided by g cos square u. Okay. As in the case of horizontal plane, we get the range little bit in. Okay. Insert extra term as beta time. Okay. Substituting beta equal to 0. Substituting beta equal to 0. What happened? 2u square cos square alpha cos alpha sin alpha divided by 2 g cos 0 it become 1. Okay, then what is 2u square cos alpha sin alpha divided by g? Nothing but u square sin to alpha divided by g. We already derived in horizontal case as a range. Okay, then Next idea is stand out to the greatest distance of the projectile from the inclined plane. We want to find the greatest distance from the projectile. Okay, just see that picture. In which place the greatest distance happened? Greatest height, we want to find the greatest height, then where? It may be in the center, right? Okay. Okay, as usual, we derived in differential equations. If you want to find maximum point or minimum point, what you do for an equation? Suppose a curve is given like so. Okay. A curve is given like so. Which are the points are maximum points? Which are minimum? This is maximum, this is minimum, this is maximum. Okay. How can you calculate this? We calculate the first derivative. We calculate the first derivative, and why you calculate the first derivative? In that maximum and minimum point, the slope to be 0. Okay, the slope to be 0. Then first derivative to be should be 0. Okay, then we want to calculate dy by dx and equating this to be 0 and find the roots or points, and which in that point the curve is either attain maximum or minimum. Then and at which point it is maximum and minimum? How can you derive further? Then we turn to the second derivative, which is d square y by dx square, and check whether it is positive or negative for the corresponding points. Find from this equation. If it is negative, then the function is maximum. Okay. If it is greater than 0, it is positive, then the function is minimum. The same procedure we used here. Okay. We want to find the maximum height, isn't it? We want to find the maximum height, then we know the equation in y. Okay, calculate the time first derivative equal to 0 and find the point and substitute and then concentrate on second derivative and find the maximum point. Okay, the same idea we used here to find the greatest distance of the projectile from the inclined plane. Okay, the greatest distance traveled from the inclined plane is the maximum perpendicular distance, isn't it? It's a maximum perpendicular distance from the plane to the path of projectile. Okay, it is a maximum distance. Okay, so let us consider any only the perpendicular motion. Only we concentrate on the perpendicular motions. Okay, initially we want to derive the initial velocity. Okay, we only concentrate on the perpendicular motion alone. Okay, at any time we want to consider the perpendicular motion alone. At initially, what is the vertical velocity? What is the initial vertical velocity? How can you calculate the vertical initial velocity to that inclined plane? As usual, what's this angle? Alpha minus beta. To find that, okay, I will draw once again. It is u. That angle is alpha minus beta. We want to calculate the perpendicular velocity. That is an initial velocity, isn't it? What is that? This is u, this is opposite side to that angle, then what happened? U sin alpha minus beta, then it become u sin alpha minus beta. Similarly, horizontal velocity is use u cos alpha minus beta, but we don't need here, okay. Then at any point on the path or at any point, gravity is acting vertically downwards, okay. Upon the gravity is acting vertically downwards, this g, okay. We need the retardation, to calculate the vertical motion, okay. So we need the vertical, that vector value. How can you calculate? Again, it is g vertically downwards, just extend it. It is 90 degree. Here it is beta, then what is that? 90 minus beta. It is 90 minus beta, okay. Then what happened to that term? It is g. If it is 90 minus beta, then what is this? What is beta? It is beta, okay. Calculate it. It is beta. We want that angle. It is adjacent. It is an adjacent side to, okay. Just extend it. It is 90. So it become g cos beta, okay. It is just opposite to that vector, isn't it? So what is that vector? Minus g cos beta, okay. So we get that initial vertical velocity and that retardation, okay. Then we concentrate on that formula and substitute in this, solving this, that we get an corresponding answer, okay. That is written here. The initial vertical velocity is u sin alpha minus beta, as discussed above. The acceleration g cos beta, how it is acting? Vertically opposite side, okay. Let y be the distance traveled by that particle in any time t, okay. We have that equation, y at any time y is like so, substituting that initial conditions. Here u is an initial velocity, we only concentrate on that vertical things, okay. So here we substitute the initial vertical velocity. So y equal to u sin alpha minus beta into t. Here what is the retardation? A, or nothing but acceleration. It is minus g cos beta, substituting this, okay. As we discussed, we want to find that maximum point, okay. We want to find that maximum value y. So calculate the first derivative as well as second derivative. Second derivative, here it is negative. Beta is in between 0 to 90, so automatically it is negative. So at equating dy by dt equal to 0 and finding that t at that t value, here it is negative, so the function become maximum. So equating dy by dt equal to 0 and finding t, okay, finding t and substituting this in that equation number 2, we get the, substituting this we get that maximum value. Finally we get maximum, y maximum is equal to u square sin square alpha minus beta divided by 2g cos beta, okay. As usual, substitute beta equal to 0. train. We get the maximum height in that horizontal plane. Okay. Next we want to, we conclude that two ideas. The greatest distance of a projectile is this, from this equation, and at that point time become, we get the time. Okay, so we get the time. What is that t? What is that t? At a particle, when the particle is in that point. Okay, when the particle is in that point, what is the time? Time is derived there. Okay, that's our conclusion. Then finally we want to find the total time of flight. Okay, total time of flight. Okay, consider it is as t, capital T. Okay, at t, what happened? Is any perpendicular travel for that particle? Okay, listen. Okay, at capital, what is the total time of flight? What is time of flight? It's a time travel from by the particle from P to Q. Okay, starting point to ending point. So at a time capital T, as that is time of flight, at a time of flight where the particle is at Q. Okay, at Q, is any vertical displacement or vertical distance travel from the inclined plane? The particle, no. Okay, because at time t, the particle again reaches on that inclined plane. So no vertical or y-axis, there is no y value for that point. Okay, with this idea we solve that, we find the total time of flight. Okay, after time t, the particle is again on that inclined plane, and so during time t, the distance travel perpendicular to that inclined plane is 0. Okay, there is no no y values. Okay, so we derive in equation 1. What is that equation now? Substituting y equal to 0 in which time? T, small t equal to capital T. Okay, substituting capital T and y as 0 and solve it and find t. Okay, this is the equation number 1. So at time t, y equal to 0, that t equal to capital T. Solving for t, we get t equal to this value and t equal to 0. At t equal to 0, the particle in that, in which position? In initially p. Okay, at this time the particle reach q. Okay, okay. Summarizing that idea, we studied about the motion of a particle projected in a velocity u at an angle alpha to the horizon on an inclined plane with angle of inclination beta. We derive the following results. First one is range, second is greatest height, a time to reach that greatest distance, and time of flight. Okay, then we conclude the final line. See both the things. Time at greatest distance is half of that time of flight. Okay, so we conclude, we see that the greatest distance is attained in half of the total time of flight, because 2 is missing. Okay, any doubts? Okay, this is as usual we derived in horizontal case, we extend our idea to inclined plane. Okay, is anybody have doubts? Okay, okay, thank you.